Alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan, and we'll be checking in with Allie LaForce from the sideline moments from now. And of course, Jalen Williams. And you wonder how they'll do without him. We'll find out.
And to say the deal changes the look and the feel of this franchise, quite frankly, is stating the obvious. They are a vastly different team than they were just a few days ago. Obviously looking long-term rather than short.
And here is Julius Alexander. After Paolo Banchero made that last three-pointer. Another shot. Leonard with the bucket.
I like Leonard's shot right there. He's very comfortable from that distance.
And Greg the Thunder, NBA champions at last, and still incredibly young.
And this is no fluke. They defended, they shared it, trusted in the system and one another. The league's been put on notice. This team is just getting started.
Outside for SGA. Offensive rebound. Here's Wallace. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Connects from three-point range. Banchero's got 6 points.
And wow, look at the quickness there from Banchero getting the shot up in a hurry.
And so the ball out of bounds. SGA touched it last. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allie.
I had a chance to catch up with Mark Dagnall. The talented Paolo Banchero came up early in the conversation, and he told me Paolo is basically a 6'10" point forward. That presents matchup issues. We'll have to put our best wing defender on him, and even he will need some help. Banchero has incredible skills for his size. That is what makes him so good. Back to you guys.
And Allie, thanks so much. The Thunder with another miss.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter. To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Here's Leonard. They need this. He can hit. It's been a quick start for Orlando. They're leading by 8. Got that bucket in no time at all.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray. Well, everything's coming too easily. At some point, defensively, you have to take something away. And he had a good look, and Gilgeous Alexander made it pay off.
Back to Banchero. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And it's SGA penetrating.
possessions. Right now, they need the basket. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. Not there.
Stolen by Mitchell. Pass to Caruso. Wagner outside. Kicks it out to Banchero. A three-pointer is right on target. Banchero's got 20.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 made are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And Greg, you might not be surprised to hear this, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander comes from a family of athletes.
Yeah, I mean, his mother was a sprinter in the 400 meters representing Antigua and Bermuda in the 92 Summer Games in Barcelona. Impressive.
The rebound by Batase. In the corner, it's Bain. The Magic again can't hit.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Leonard. Out to Thompson. Driving inside. Tough break there, shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. And Banchero, here we go. Can't finish the one-handed jam. Nice move. And Gilgeous-Alexander with the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points.
An outstanding transition player. When Gilgeous-Alexander is on the attack, good luck trying to contain it. Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustments.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Hits the three-point bomb.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You gotta almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Kicks it out to Banchero. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clock. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Absolutely locks down on the defensive end. Thompson creating offense now with that defense.
Pass to Suggs. Batazze. And it's Bancaro missing.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. They look strong here in the early going.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
And so it's Orlando. It And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Magic?
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they capitalize in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
Mark, we see more coaches nowadays keeping a cool-headed, calm demeanor on the sideline.
And Kevin, I love it. I mean, you don't have to yell and scream to get your point across. And every coach has to coach according to his personality. But I do like the fact that we see more coaches being mindful of how they coach and recognizing that overly demonstrative behavior doesn't necessarily improve the outcome.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us, an update. Allie?
Thanks, guys. Oklahoma City is not the biggest town, but Shea Gilgeous-Alexander said, quote, "Me personally, the market doesn't matter. I love the people in the organization and the people around me. And those are the things that matter. I go to work every single day with a smile on my face." Back to you.
Yep, a wonderful organization. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. The Magic shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And you know their performance at the line. It's definitely dropped off. Not the trend they were looking for.
And once again, the defense allowing him to get a clean look at that triple. He continues to do some big-time damage from downtown.
They're at the limit already. That to me is just lazy defense.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Puts up a deep three. Thompson with the rebound. Thunder trailing by 20. Orlando's front office, Clark, has made it clear they're turning the page on the rebuild, entering the win now phase.
And the reason they're able to make that shift, Kevin, is because they drafted two franchise cornerstones, Bancaro and Wagner. loud from point blank range. Can't happen.
Pass to Bankero. Fade away. That shot off the mark.
I wouldn't count on him missing the mid-range shot again. That's a good look for him.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And what you love about Bane is just how hard he works. His drive to keep getting better on display. Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Here's Topic. Here's Thompson.
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
Payne for three. It's rebounded by Amen Thompson.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Almost got there in time, but waited just a little too long.
Wagner outside. Toppin pulls it in. Thunder trailing by 12. And Toppin throws it down.
So quick off the floor, Obi Toppin.
And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for Orlando. Their next team playing at home as the Nets coming to town. That'll be the first of four played home for him.
D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Here's Wagner.
Easy pickings for Wagner there, just to reach up and attack the rack like that. That's simple.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And Orlando making a change here. Here's Heaney. Back up two there.
And you can tell